Determining adverse educational impact is often one of the most complex parts of the eligibility process. What factors should the team keep in mind when trying to determine whether a communication challenge is really affecting a student's learning?
First of all, see what's going on in the classroom and look at how that student is in comparison with other students in the same grade, in the same environment. And that comparison is helpful. But I think more than that, we can actually thank the standards movement for giving us good information. That every state has education standards, and every set of education standards has communication expectations. They are rich with information regarding oral and written language. They have information about speech sound disorders. They also have information about speaking fluently and speaking with appropriate volume and rate. And so it even captures those few children we serve with voice and fluency. So I think it's incumbent upon the SLP to become familiar with the standards of what's expected for that child at that grade level. And then look at that standard and look at what you found in your assessment and say, this child's going to get it, or this child is not only behind where he should be or he or she should be at the beginning of third grade. I look back at second grade, I look back at first grade, and this child is struggling with some of the expectations that should have been there in first and second grade. Mm-hmm. I think for children with speech sound disorders, voice disorders, and fluency disorders, those are some of the toughest, because I think the assumption is that that doesn't have an adverse educational impact. And going into the standards and seeing the expectations for the use of voice, the use of fluency, the clear pronunciation of all the sounds in speech, those can be our link to making those children, or making it more clear that those children need to be eligible. And then there are pages and pages of oral language expectations that we absolutely should be able to tie to for every child we are assessing that may present with a language disorder.